Where do you fit in the progression life of your athlete? Because what normally happens is coaches, especially young coaches, and heck, old coaches too, they aren't coaching for the level that they're coaching on in order to give the athlete the basics of what the athlete needs in order to move on from step A to step B. And it doesn't make a difference the age of the athlete. It's twofold. Where does the athlete come to you? At what time in their development life? Or they have never had experience? 3 years into their experience? Well, there is a basic accommodation that each athlete needs before they can move from level 1 to level 2. And just because the time frame of competition or the time frame of being a junior, senior, or sophomore, or wherever they are, says that that season is opening, that doesn't mean that you can skip a level and start teaching athletes things because you need them to be here at this time in order to compete. Willing them or wanting them to compete at a high level or even a moderate level first, will you please walk before you run, means that first you have to teach the athlete not just the basics, but the basics for where they are. An athlete who has been doing something for 3 years and started out in 7th grade, and an athlete who might be a sophomore and have a first year, they're not the same athlete. The athlete who's been doing it for 3 years is 3 years more advanced than the athlete who's been just coming to you no matter where they are. Just because they have come to you at an age level or a grade level, and always grade levels don't match age levels, doesn't mean that they're ready to move from basics into the next movement. So you have to take your athlete through the progressions. A lot of high school coaches and now club coaches are all trying to coach their athletes with elite workouts. How's that possible when you don't have an elite athlete? Why would you use an elite workout? Why don't you find out what the workout was that the elite athlete was using at the time that athlete was around the age of the athlete you have? That would be more beneficial to you. Or at the minimum, why don't you modify your workout so that it fits the age level, body maturity, and physical and mental ability of the athlete you have? And that also entails their attention span. Just because you want them to be attentive for 2 hours, 1 hour, doesn't mean that their attention span for that age is going to allow it. Now, sometimes you have people that are exceptions, but the quickest way to be a failure is to coach to the exception instead of coaching to the reality of the normal, which is normal within the event. I'm Herbert Johnson, and this is Herbert Johnson Track and Field Academy. Year-round training, championship results, from beginners to Olympians. It's Herbert Johnson Track and Field Academy.